Welcome back to the GSL. I'm Tasis. With me is Artosis. I barely made it back to the podium in time. Is this count as a podium? What is this count as a?
This is a death trap, Tasteless.
We're actually kind of high up here. If we fell, we would die.
I fell off this one day.
Yeah, he did actually fall off this during a rehearsal, and
it hurt.
Yeah,
my elbow hurt for days.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
The things
actually.
I do for StarCraft 2.
I know the risks he takes. We didn't have one of those big mats behind us that they like stunt doubles use when they jump out of buildings.
I just want one of those belts with carabiners and like ropes in the ceiling, and John just holds on, make sure I get off easily.
So our next series we're going to have here is going to be DreamizEr.
This
is misspelled on my sheet. Excuse me. Against Rain from the TSL. TSL, in my personal opinion, the best StarCraft 2 team.
Yeah, I believe strongly they're the best team in the entire world. I think a lot of people do agree with that. So many skill players on TSL.
Now let's take a look at our first player,
DreamizEr. Zenith.
DreamizEr. That name, I don't know what
the capital E.
It actually throws me off when I'm trying to read it.
It's breaking the formatting in my brain, man. It's like when you make this post on a forum that like makes the page twice as big and it just breaks it.
Yeah.
That's what it's doing to my brain right now.
Yeah,
capital E.
Looking at that, and I'm like, all right.
I just want to yell at him. Like, what are you doing with that capital E? It doesn't even look good.
Our jobs are so hard. This guy, of course, a member of the team Zenith.
Yep. Great team.
Great team. Big team, but still very solid.
I'm so confused. People are still using Zenith, Nex, and Zenex. Like all three tags are like. The coach just like throws paper confetti in the air. Just goes, pick whatever you want.
Now he's going to be against Rain. Not just the name of a weather condition, but also the name of a big Korean pop star out here.
And also the name of this TSL member.
That's right. Here he is. TSL, I think the most professionalized Korean esports team. And that's, of course, because their coach was a StarCraft 1 coach.
Yeah, this guy was on NBC as a coach.
Really nice guy.
Yeah.
We always get to say hi to him
and
when
in fact,
he's down
here. Of course, he brought Clyde over. Clyde was an NBC coach and is now a player. The greatest player in the entire world,
Clyde,
of course. The greatest player never to have won anything.
The man crush of Tastosis. You believe he will win one of these days. He's so good, but then when that last game where he made Hellions against the Terran player, that was pretty rough.
Let's not talk about that.
I don't want to think about that right now. Clyde, a very solid player, but of course many other very good players on TSL. Yeah. Songho, he was using the ID Baby Bye Bye, but he wants to be called Songho.
He changed his name just recently to Killer.
It's going to be so difficult.
I want to run a seminar for Korean pro gamers on IDs.
Well, you know what's funny, actually, for these guys that didn't know this, is in Korea, the person's actual name has more weight than the ID.
StarCraft 1 kind of standardized that. The people didn't even know their ID, so they didn't care, and they think it doesn't matter.
For instance, it matters. If you come to Korea and you say Slayer's Boxer, people probably won't know who you're talking about. But if you say Im Yo-han, then of course they're going to know who you're talking about because he's a big celebrity out here. However, the rest of the world, from China to Sweden and Germany to the United States to South American pro gamers and stuff, we all refer to each other with our IDs.
Yeah,
I'm Tasis, he's Artosis. People don't generally know our first names.
Yeah, so, Dan is my slave name, man.
Right now,
Artosis is what I became when I was freed.
That's right. So basically, some of these pro gamers have not yet become familiarized with the fact that their ID has more weight right now than their Korean names. And so we have people changing their names and then find out later, everybody actually only knows me by my ID? Well, this is different.
Yeah.
Here's our map setup. Shikuras Plateau, Jungle Basin, and Zel Naga Caverns.
Yep. For a ZVT, this is going to be pretty interesting. Shikuras Plateau, a very big map. We normally see macro games there. Jungle Basin. This map is kind of funky in the fact that the third base is extremely hard to take for a Zerg player.
Right.
And then Zel Naga Caverns, of course. We've seen that map in basically every match since the beginning of time.
Yes. It's a pretty standard map. I think we've seen it more than Lost Temple even.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
We see it almost every single match.
But it's a good map. It makes for some good games.
When they pull the maps out of the hat, man, I think someone put in like 500 Zel Naga Caverns.
What if we had to do Zel Naga Caverns like 3 times?
I know, right in a row. Like that's every map in your best of 3.
Well, the countdown started. Let's get ready for some awesome TVZ action. Who's going to win? We're going to find out soon. Over Over here, in the bottom right, our red Zerg, a member of Zenith. He is...
DreamizEr Zenith.
Whoa. Up here in the top left, she sounded kind of funny when she said that.
Whoa.
In the blue, a member of the TSL, the SCD Life.
GSL lane.
And it is the SCB Life. I don't know if that's a play off the poker term, the sick life.
I don't think so.
The SCB Life. Well, I don't know how else they would have gotten it.
The SCV life is just hard work, Tasis. I think that's
Just
I don't know. I'm
away.
gonna ask him though, but that's always what I assume. You know, they just work hard.
I wonder how hard it is. I mean, you are in a robot.
That's true.
You even think about it.
You know what? It's not
could-
that hard.
It couldn't be as hard
A
as...
drone's life is hard.
Yeah,
man.
look at that. A drone actually has to move.
You mine minerals all day and you get tired and stuff, and then they're like, all right,
Now
go
you gotta-
become a spine crawler. And you're like, oh. And then you see like overlords with creep being laid out, and oh man. You know that you're walking down that creep highway to do some silly attack.
It's true.
That's the life of a drone right there.
That drone has a much harder life. They should have done the drone life. Now, Tyrion. This is not a Makarax, I believe.
This is a kind of a walled-in Rax. We're gonna have
Makarax,
to see.
I don't
I,
know.
I would not be surprised at all if a second barracks go up. In fact, I'd be surprised if one did not at this point.
This SCV might actually get picked off.
Oh, that would be so annoying.
It's got to be careful. Repairing the SCV. Second barracks over here.
And the red SCV, is it going to go scout with 8 health?
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
So SCV's like, please, no.
Doesn't want to lose any mining
It's like,
time.
I'm going to show you the SCV life, Artosis.
Now, DreamizEr has actually gone a hatchery first build against 2 barracks, and there's a lot of ways that you can kill this build with the 2 barracks build. So we're going to have to see which attack timing that Rain is going to want to do.
Yeah, and will he bring his SCVs?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, there's all sorts of different ways you can do it. You can bring some SCVs, you can bring all SCVs, you can bring no SCVs, you can wait a while, you don't have to wait a while. It becomes very hard to scout out exactly what the Terran's doing to block correctly with Zerg.
In case you're wondering what this drone's doing, it's here to block bunkers, which could be placed here and wall this in.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that used in the Fruit Dealer against Slayer's Boxer show match game at BlizzCon.
Now, Marines are being rallied across the map, and here come the SCVs!
Oh! Zerg did not cancel.
He is making 6 Zerglings right now. So he's going to want to just stop SCVs from getting any bunkers up, from building at the bottom of the ramp. This actual rush, I don't know, man. I don't know about this. Attacking right in. There is a spine crawler being made. So right now, DreamizEr playing really well. Here come the Zerglings.
He's got to have good control. Marine caught in the fray. SCV's taking some damage, but actually looks like Zerg is going to hold this.
Yeah, looks like he's going to hold it just fine. The attack was a little bit too quick. But he is going to take, actually, those are all really low health. He has 1 SCV left to try to finish that bunker up.
Yeah, if he does get the bunker up. Uh-oh, never mind.
Does decide to cancel. So he's actually, we got to take a look at this unit tab. Right now we have 8 SCVs against 12 drones, but there is a mule out there, so still his economy's fine.
Yeah, mules are pretty good. Now, he might try to go around here and note this position of the spine crawler doesn't completely cover the hatchery.
We do have 6 more Zerglings being made at this moment.
Now we've learned just how well from Voxer, of course, that you can micro Marines. But you got to be careful on the creep.
Yeah, very careful. You know, our Zerg player has not gotten gas yet. He does not have time or economy to do so. And the Marines just keep growing in numbers. In fact, his economy's so hurt he doesn't even have a queen at this point.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. It's a good point.
That's what happens when you have to pull all your drones off to defend. This is why hatchery first is really not done anymore. The Terran can do almost any rush and take it out. And
look at that. I bet he's really regretting this spine crawler placement. Now he's going to go over here, going to go for the spine crawler. Backs up.
Spine crawler taking its sweet time getting underground. Zerglings being made, as many as possible, as is a queen. But this is just, he is whittling down Reyna's with good micro. And it looks like our Zerg player is probably going to be dead. Poor DreamizEr, man. I don't know why these Zergs keep thinking they can 14 hatch, though. It's not actually
well, it's not
a doable
StarCraft 1, you know,
yeah.
we can 12 hatch.
when that patch came out, you could 14 hatch for like a week, and then the Terrans figured this out. Oh, I just make a lot of Marines attack? Okay. And down goes the hatchery.
And the hatcher's gone. I would actually not be surprised if he GG's right now.
Yeah, he's going to have to GG any second. I mean, he's mining with almost no drones at this point. Yeah, it's 3 drones and a queen against a bunch of SCVs. GG.
Straightforward game. That Marine SCV rush currently very strong.
Yeah, it's a great build. In fact, he did not even really do it right. He attacked so early with all those. If he had just waited a little bit for some more Marines, he would have had a much more critical mass, which would have done so much better against those early
I think
ones.
so.
So that was not even near the full power of that build. You just cannot go 14 hatchery anymore. Scrap Station is really the only map
Yeah,
you can do
especially
it
if
on.
you see the barracks is outside of the
I know, you
base.
saw it,
It's
and he's just like,
he's doing that for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, so that's too bad. Our next game is going to be on Jungle Basin, so maybe we'll see a different game.
They did host on Zelnaga Caverns.
Okay. Either
we'll
our
see.
sheet is wrong or in the intro, did we have Zelnaga Caverns?
Well, it's supposed to be
second.
map 3, it says.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
We're going to
Anyways.
find out.
Does
Anyways,
much matter.
he's got to be shaken up by that rush. That's not the way you want to start off your first game, getting
No.
manhandled by an SCV Marine rush.
You don't get to do anything that you set out to do.
Right.
But again, it's his own fault for going 14 hatchery. That's
Yeah, I mean, if you see something
It's such a risky
and you
build.
can punish it, and you want to win the $87,000 prize pool, then you should do it. So, I mean, I'm sure there are people complaining, oh, these Terrans, overpowered. Well,
No.
I mean, if you do a build like that just allows a Terran to send units and kill you, then you deserve to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ridiculously risky. If they made 2 barracks, which is so common in the current Korean metagame, you will die. They can kill your hatchery.
Just that simple.
That's it. I mean, you can hold off for a little bit with Ling Drone, and then eventually you're just going to have more Marines and kill you because, guess what? The Mule, they can send SCVs and still mine a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's all really about the mule because if you did that because you're probably wondering, why don't Zergs do that or other players do that? Looks like
I think they figured out it is the wrong map.
and we're going to get the right map loaded up in just a minute here. But yeah, anyways, it's one of those situations where I lost my train of thought. What are we talking about? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Artosis.
Hi.
Utasis.
Where am I?
This
Am I
is the
casting a
GSL.
game?
No, we're talking about, you can't do the 14 hatchery.
That's right.
The Mule is
the
really
backbone of
why these Marine rushes work so well.
And you can only do it with Terran. That's why you don't see Protoss and Zerg doing it. That's why. That's what I
They
was
don't
talking
bring
about.
probes or drones with them
Yeah.
because they don't have this really early extra mining.
Right. They don't have something that can actually
Their
get them resources
economic
quickly.
boosts function in a different way.
If the Queen could shoot a mule down, Zerg might be doing the same thing too. The countdown started. Let's get ready for game number 2. Here we go.